Forest faithful, I need to address the elephant in the room. After that absolutely shocking 3-0 defeat to West Ham, I made some very strong comments about our captain Morgan Gibbs-White, and I know it divided our fan base right down the middle. Some of you agreed completely, others thought I was being too harsh on our skipper. But here's the thing, as Forest fans, we need to have these honest conversations, even when they're uncomfortable. Today, I want to take a step back, reflect on what I said, look at the bigger picture of where MGW fits in our squad, and discuss what this whole situation really means for our beloved Reds moving forward. If you're ready for an honest, balanced take on one of our most important players, and you want to understand the full story behind my previous comments, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and stick around because we're diving deep into the Morgan Gibbs-White debate. Right then, Forest family, let's be completely honest about this whole situation. After I published that video calling for Morgan Gibbs-White to be dropped, my inbox exploded. Some of you were absolutely fuming with me. Others were thanking me for saying what needed to be said. But you know what? That's exactly what our Forest community is about. Passionate debate, honest opinions, and caring deeply about our club. Looking back at that West Ham performance and my reaction to it, I want to give you the full picture of where I stand on MGW now that the dust has settled. Yes, those stats were absolutely brutal. Losing the ball 23 times is never acceptable for any player, let alone our captain. But here's what I've been thinking about since then. Maybe I was focusing too much on one nightmare performance and not enough on what Morgan Gibbs-White actually means. To this football club. Let me be crystal clear. I still believe that performance against West Ham was unacceptable. When you're wearing that armband, when you're supposed to be leading by example, you simply cannot have games where your decision-making lets the entire team down. Those unnecessary flicks, those risky passes that went nowhere, that's not what we need when we're trying to establish ourselves in this brutal Premier League. Forest fans, do you think I was too harsh on our captain? Or did that West Ham performance deserve the criticism? Let us know in the comments, because I genuinely want to hear both sides of this debate. But here's where I need to hold my hands up and give you the bigger context. Morgan Gibbs-White isn't just any player for us. He's homegrown, he bleeds red, and when he's on form, he's absolutely magical. Remember that goal against Crystal Palace earlier this season? Remember how he dragged us through some tough moments last campaign? The lad has quality. There's no denying that. What really got me thinking was watching James McAtee come off the bench that day. Don't get me wrong, the young lad looked brilliant and deserves his chance, but competition for places should make everyone better, not create this narrative that one player has to be completely written off. Maybe what we need isn't to drop MGW entirely, but to use this squad depth to keep everyone sharp and hungry. The truth is, Forest faithful, Nuno has built something special with the options he's got. Having genuine competition between Gibbs-White and McAtee could be exactly what we need. When Morgan knows his place isn't guaranteed, when he sees McAtee breathing down his neck, that's when we might see the very best version of our captain. What quote really been eating at me is the timing of that West Ham collapse. It wasn't just MGW who had a shocker. The whole team looked disconnected, frustrated, and frankly, a bit lost. Maybe I was looking for someone to blame when the reality is that bad performances happen to good players, especially when the whole system isn't clicking. Do you think the pressure of being captain is affecting Morgan's natural game? Should we be supporting him through this rough patch rather than calling for his head? Drop your thoughts below, because this is such a crucial discussion for our season. Since that international break, I've been watching other top clubs and how they handle their star players going through difficult spells. Look at how Arsenal stuck with their key players through rough patches, how Manchester City rotates but never completely abandons class players. Maybe what Forest needs is that same kind of patience and tactical flexibility. Here quote S. What I think Nuno should do moving forward, use both players. Start McAtee in some games, give MGW chances to prove himself in others, create that healthy competition that makes everyone better. When Gibbs-White knows he has to fight for his place every week, when he's hungry to prove the doubters wrong, that's when we'll see the player who made us all fall in love with his talent in the first place. The bigger picture here, Forest family, is about building a squad mentality where no one gets comfortable, where everyone knows they have to perform week in, week out. That West Ham performance should be a wake-up call for the entire team, not just our captain. Looking ahead to these crucial Premier League games, we need our best players performing at their peak. If that's Morgan Gibbs-White, brilliant. If it's James McAtee, even better. What matters is that Nottingham Forest gets the results we need to stay in this league and push forward as a club. Maybe my initial reaction was too emotional, too focused on one terrible afternoon, rather than the bigger picture. But you know what? That's what being a Forest fan is all about. Caring so much it hurts, wanting the absolute best for our club, and never being satisfied with mediocrity. What I hope comes out of this whole debate is that Morgan Gibbs-White uses it as fuel to get back to his brilliant best, prove the doubters wrong, show everyone why he's our captain, and remind us all why we were so excited when he signed for this club. Competition should make him better, not break his confidence. So there you have it, Forest faithful. My honest reflection on the whole MGW situation. Sometimes as fans, we need to step back, look at the bigger picture, and remember that supporting our players through difficult times is just as important as holding them accountable for poor performances. Our captain will bounce back, I'm sure of it, and when he does, we'll all remember why he's such a crucial part of this Forest story. That quote S. All from me today, Reds. If you appreciate these honest discussions about our club, smash that like button and let me know in the comments whether you think I was right to criticize MGW or if I should have been more supportive from the start. Don't forget to subscribe for all the latest Forest content, and remember, through thick and thin, we stick together as one Forest family. You Reds.